Good morning. My name is Santos, and I'm here to talk to you about looking for a job and applying for a job. In the discussion today, we're going to talk about seeking employment, how to find ways to look for openings at different job locations, how to create a cover letter and a resume, and what those are. We're going to talk about a little bit about filling out an application, and then finally discuss ways to do an interview. So, first, I want to talk about how to seek for a job. Today, there's different ways that you can go about and look for job location or job openings. One way is to use company websites. That's what I like to do. That's my preference. I like to go to the company websites, look at their career page, and search for job openings that fit my skill set. Another way to look for jobs is going to like recruiting websites, Monster Jobs and ZipRecruiter, etc. Those type of websites go out and have a database of job openings from multiple companies. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop. They have a list of all the openings. You fill out a profile, and they will find jobs that fit your profile. Another way to look for jobs is having knowing somebody that works for a company. So having kind of an insight. They can tell you some openings, introduce you to hiring managers, and get you an entrance that way. So again, these days of age, the best ways to look for jobs is websites and going to the company website. But the recruiting websites work really well as well. You can also go to recruiting agencies. These are agencies that also have job openings, and that they can take your profile, your skill set, and look for jobs that best fit your skill set. So first, I want to talk about cover letters and resumes. A cover letter is something that you're going to provide with your resume. The cover letter is a more or less an executive summary that gives a direct description of who you are and your skill sets that match the job that you're applying for. In the cover letter, you want to make sure that you cover four things. One is your contact information. Make sure your contact information is up to date, and that you have everything in there correctly: phone number, email address, and home address. The second thing is an introduction. So be precise. Describe who you are. Describe why you are a good match for this specific job that you're applying for. During the introduction, make sure that you address the hiring manager by their name. Avoid sir, ma'am, and try not to keep it generic. The cover letter is supposed to be very specific to the job that you're applying for. Also want to include in the cover letter your skill sets. Why do you think you are a good fit for the job that you're applying for? And again, the cover letter is very specific to the job that you're applying for. What I like to do with the cover letter is take the job description from the website, look at the requirements, the qualifications, and fill those in with my experiences and my skill sets, and put that in the cover letter. So I like to address all the qualifications that they list inside the job description that they posted, and address each one and let them know that I have the skill set to meet their requirements. And then finally, the conclusion. Let them know that in the conclusion that you're looking forward to meeting with them, that you're just more or less the type of person you are, and the fact that you're the right person for this job. Now let's talk a little bit about the resume. In the resume, try to keep a resume under 2 pages long. I know I've done interviews before, and I've had resumes that were 3, 4 pages, and it's really kind of hard to read through. You want to keep a resume no more than 2 pages, and very precise, bullet points, short and sweet. The resume's purpose is to give a history of your work experience. So it's not necessarily generic, but it is to cover your full experiences, not necessarily for a specific job. So in the resume, you want to make sure, again, you have your contact information correct. You want to have maybe a one paragraph of a professional summary that just kind of describes who you are, your work experience, and the type of work you're looking for. Then in your resume, you want to list out your work experiences. In your work experiences, start from your newest job or the most current job, and then work your way down. Give your job title, how long you've worked there, give a description of the job that you do, and then some bullet points of some of the tasks or responsibilities or experiences that you have. After your work experience, you also want to include your education. So if you're just out of high school, you want to put that you're a high school graduate. If you're going into college, put your college experiences in there. Include the degree that you are working on or the degree that you have. Let them know that either you're still in school or that you've completed school. Also want to include any additional clubs or memberships that you're in, especially if you feel like that they will benefit the job requirements that you're looking in, if it gives you some experience in the workforce. Next, I want to talk to you a little bit about filling out a job application. Nowadays, most job applications are online, but there are also job applications that you fill out by hand. What you want to do is make sure that you read through that job application thoroughly and that you fill out all the information correctly. Both with resume, job applications, and cover letter, always check your grammar and spelling. But specifically with the job application, that's what the employers are really going to look through. So make sure that your grammar is correct, your spelling is correct, and that you're filling out the information thoroughly. Don't leave any blanks. Put all the information the best you can. Also, be honest in the job application. And a lot of times, companies run background checks, and if they see that you're being dishonest, that will immediately eliminate you from the position. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about job interviews. I've given job interviews and I've done job interviews. So some hints or helpful hints here is, one, always dress professionally. I don't care what the position is. I currently work at Microsoft. At Microsoft, we're a very relaxed company. Wear t-shirts, blue jeans to work, shorts in the summertime. But when we interview internally, as we move through the company, we expect our employees to dress professionally during an interview. I've conducted an interview before. A good friend of mine, as a matter of fact, changing job positions at Microsoft. Very high-skilled gentleman, came to the job interview in shorts and a t-shirt. Everybody else was in suits and ties or professional dresses. I would love to give him the job. It was a panel, and it reflected very badly on him. So the way you present yourself in a job interview is very important. Be clean, dress appropriately, dress professionally. During the interview, be honest. If they ask you a question and you do not know the answer to it, say you don't know the answer. It's okay not to know the answer. It's okay to say, I need to research that. I'll have to look into that. Most employees rather have the honesty and integrity than somebody who's going to try to lie their way through an interview. So honesty is actually the best policy when you're going through an interview process, and answer your questions as honest as you can. Again, if you don't know an answer to something, it's okay that you don't know the answer. Your job there is to let them know the type of person you are, not necessarily not necessarily have all the answers that they're asking you about. I believe that is my time. I don't know that I covered everything that I needed to cover for this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to answer any additional questions. Thank you.